Magnetic DAB digital radio aerials are a great choice for cars and vans. They're fairly easy to install and generally perform better than internal windscreen aerials. In this video we're going to take a look at magnetic aerials and install one in a car. Like DAB windscreen aerials, magnetic aerials don't need any new holes in the bodywork. A magnetic aerial is also a good choice when you don't want to remove a part of the car's interior, as is required for a windscreen aerial. A magnetic aerial is quite easy to remove from a car as well. Although the mast can be unscrewed from the base, it's just as easy to remove the whole aerial and put it inside the car when you go to the car wash or a garage. Before buying the aerial, check if your radio comes with one in the box. Many DAB adapters, like the pure highway models, include a specific aerial for the device. When buying an aerial and a car radio, it's worth checking which connectors they have. Common types are SMA, which is a threaded connector, and SMB, which is a push-on connector. If you find your radio has an SMA connector and your aerial has an SMB connector, you can buy a converter to change from one to the other. It's worth paying particular attention to the steps when we take the cable into the car, as choosing the wrong location could damage the cable or allow water into the vehicle. We're going to install a magnetic DAB aerial on this Vauxhall Corsa. We already have a Sonichi DAB adapter ready at the front of the car. Before getting started, it's worth removing the aerial from its packaging and check it's not bent or damaged. It's also a good time to unwind the cable to make it easier to route to the radio or adapter. Now we need to choose a location for the aerial. It needs to be placed on a flat surface, such as the roof of the car. You could choose a spot at the front of the car and route the cable through the passenger door opening. On a small car like this, you could put the aerial near the tailgate. If you have a saloon car, you could also place the aerial on a boot lid, as has been done with an angled aerial on this Mercedes. To help the aerial work as best as possible, it needs to be away from any existing aerials, roof boxes and bicycle racks. The aerial should not be up to the edge of the roof or right next to a panoramic glass roof if possible. Now we can place the aerial on the car. It's important not to trap any dirt or debris between the magnet and the surface, so the bodywork needs to be clean and dry. With the cable facing the rear of the car, carefully place the magnet on the bodywork. Once it is attached to the roof, don't drag it as this could scratch the paint. Instead, carefully lift the aerial and place it again. The cable faces the rear of the car to help prevent any water getting into it when the car is driven in the rain. Trail the cable from the aerial to the radio to check it's long enough. You can also see where it will need to be tucked and if any trim needs to be removed. If you can, it's worth testing the aerial now before finding out later on that it doesn't work. Now that we know the aerial works okay, it's time to route the cable to the radio. The cable will need to enter the car through a door opening. The cable should tuck behind the door seal near the aerial and come down to a suitable point to bring it into the car. This will depend on your vehicle and which door you choose to use. In this example, the cable is brought into the car on top of the seal for the tailgate. Close the door or tailgate and inspect the cable on the inside and the outside to check it's not being squashed or damaged. This particular aerial has been installed on this Corsa for 6 months over winter and no water has entered the car. Some online reviewers have mentioned water getting into the car when driving in the rain. It's important to follow the instructions with your aerial carefully at this point. Continue routing the cable behind trim pieces and carpet until you reach the dashboard. At this point you could route the cable behind the glove box for an in-dash radio, or continue under the trim into the center console for a DAB adapter. The SMB connector on this Autoleads aerial can now be plugged into the DAB adapter. The magnetic aerial does not need power from the radio, so you can scan for stations straight away. Follow the link in the description below to see more about magnetic aerials on our website. We also have links to places you can buy DAB aerials. Also check out our video where we look at DAB windscreen aerials for cars and subscribe for more videos like this.